Hey guys, Cameron here. Just want to do a real quick video. I got tagged by my YouTube friends, the Texas HIKEaholics, to do a video about how I got into backpacking, how it all started for me. And I know I've mentioned the Texas HIKEaholics here before, but if you haven't checked out their page yet, go check out the Texas HIKEaholics on YouTube. I'll put the link to their channel down below. I'm going to make this real short and sweet because I don't have a lot of pictures and stuff to show, but how I got started backpacking. So I'm only 31 years old right now, but I have been backpacking for 20 years now. And so I feel like I have quite a bit of backpacking experience. And it all started back in Boy Scouts. Actually, I started in Cub Scouts ever since first grade, went into Boy Scouts. And then one of my very first trips in Boy Scouts was a backpacking trip to Mineral Wells State Park out in Mineral Wells, Texas. And did I don't know, it's probably a few miles in to what you'd call the backcountry, I guess. And did a quick little backpacking trip in. Here's a picture from my first trip. And that's me right there. In all my backpacking glory, got a backpack about the size of myself at the time. And probably weighed 40, 50 pounds. And anyway, that was the start of my backpacking career. And then coming up through junior high and high school, got to go to Philmont a couple times, the big backpacking scout ranch out in New Mexico. And that was a really awesome, super great way to spend part of my childhood and my youth growing up. And so really learned a lot out there. Probably carried the heaviest packs of my life out there those 2 times I went out there, and but still had a great time. And then the first time I ever went backpacking outside of Boy Scouts was actually with my parents, who are not backpackers, but I think they wanted to take me out to do something I wanted to do. And so the first time I went backpacking outside of Boy Scouts with my parents, and we went to Guadalupe Mountains National Park. And that was the first time I ever went to Guadalupe Mountains. And we got out there and didn't really know what we were doing outside of the structure of Boy Scouts. And so it was quite the adventure. We drove out planning on getting a hotel room out in Pecos, and it happened to be some sort of Pecos junior rodeo or something. Every place is taken up, and we slept in the back of the van at a truck stop in Van Horn. Drove out to Guadalupe Mountains the next day. Didn't even have any idea what any of the trails were like. The route I had picked out, they said would be horrible for summer. So if you've ever considered hiking out to a Shumard campsite during summer, you know that there's no shade of any kind really on the way out there. It's a lower hike down in the desert. But the ranger thoughtfully directed us up to a Pine Top campsite. So that was where we spent the first night of backpacking outside of Boy Scouts. And definitely not in shape for that trip, especially my parents. And I ended up carrying my pack up to the top, up to the start of the bowl, and had to run back down the trail. About halfway back down the Tejas Trail, picked up my mom or dad's pack, hauled it up to the top. Once I got to the top there, I went back down Tejas, met up with them again, got the other pack, took it up Tejas, and then waited for them at the top. The sun beating down on us in the middle of the summer. You know how hot it can get out there. And then we hiked over to Pine Top campsite and stayed there for the night. Called it one and done. We're done that night. And just ever since then, I've started backpacking mostly by myself. And you've seen a lot of my videos. I did some backpacking before I started YouTube, but most of what I've done seriously here in the last few years is on YouTube. Anyway, that's pretty much the start of my backpacking. I don't know what you would call it. It's not really a hobby. It's kind of a lifestyle, and I really enjoy backpacking, and I'm really excited that I'm getting my family into backpacking. Olivia's been a few times, just to Caden on his first trip this last year, and then hopefully we can get our whole family, including Ethan, out sometime, hopefully before the end of the year, if this coronavirus stuff lets up and all the quarantine, get the state parks open back up for camping. Anyway, guys, I'm just going to tag one person in this video, and that is the Not Lost at the Not Lost Clint. That's a hard name to say. And that's my friend Clint over at the Not Lost Nomad on YouTube. And I'll put a link to his channel down below. So Clint, if you would like to make a video telling us how you got into backpacking, I think that'd be really interesting. If not, no worries. But definitely something I'm interested in, bud, because you got some cool videos. Anyway, guys, check out the Texas HIKEaholics and Clint's channel. Like I said, links to both their channels down below. And thanks for watching. Hopefully we'll see you outside soon.